Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone. Good to see you all here. So, this place, Hare Krishna Valley, we brought this, the Hare Krishna movement in Melbourne, in Victoria. We brought this farm in 1987, just to give you some historical context. Before we had this farm, we had another farm near Renmark, near Mildura, which is 6-7 hours from here, long way. And we had 20,000 acres on the bank of the Murray River. And the idea was to have a self-sufficient community where we grow our own food and have our own cows. But it was too far away for everyone from Melbourne. So we had to buy something closer. So then we bought this property in 1987. And when we bought this property, we actually built this building. The only original building when we first came here was the dairy on the other side and the farm house on the other side, which you'll see later. That was the only infrastructure here. And then we built this building as a school. And from 1989 to 96, we had a Hare Krishna primary school where the kids would come. And we built the other buildings, some other buildings around. Ashrams for people to stay in. And then the school closed in about mid-90s and everyone moved to our other school, which is in Byron Bay, Mooloolaba. We have another 800-acre farm there. So everyone moved to that farm. And then this was very quiet for a long time, for about 10 years. This was very quiet. And then myself and Mani Griva, we moved down here in 2007, so about 18 years ago. And then we transformed the school into a retreat centre. And now we run retreats here. And we built a Goshala, which is a cow barn. You'll go and see that later. And we look after 29 sacred cows and bulls. This place is an ahimsa dairy. Ahimsa means non-violence. You know this word from Buddhism possibly. Non-violence means don't do harm to others. Mahimshat Sarvabhutani. It says in the ancient teachings of the Vedas, do not cause harm to anyone. Sarvabhutani. Sarva means all. Bhutani means living entities. So that means humans, animals, plants, insects, everyone. You should not harm unnecessarily. That's cool. So we should not harm unnecessarily. That's called ahimsa. So our farm, which we have here, is called Ahimsa Dairy, which we keep the cows, but the cows are not slaughtered. They live here without fear, and that's why the vibration here is different. Did you notice it's peaceful when you got here? You know, it's like there's a peaceful atmosphere here? Yeah, because we respect life. Here, everything is sacred, so we do not kill unnecessarily. We never kill the animals. Like the cows, they're born here, they die here, they just live peacefully. So we have these cows and we run retreats here and we live this positive alternative lifestyle. Because the world is a little bit, how would you describe the modern world in this day and age, 2025? Anyone can describe the modern world that we live in? Chaotic. Chaotic? Which one?
Crazy.
Crazy. Okay, so we've got crazy and chaotic. Anything else?
Violent.
Crazy, chaotic, and violent. All right, these are all very positive words. So the question we're asking today is why? Why is the world like that? Why is it crazy, chaotic, and violent? Why is it when we have a public assembly like this, and we get a group of people together, and we ask for their opinion of modern society, and we come out with words like that, that means there's something very wrong with modern society. Because they shouldn't be the words that we're using to describe. Right? So that means there's something wrong. So here, we're teaching a positive alternative. Give me some words to describe your experience here so far. Whatever you've experienced. Some words you would use?
Welcoming.
Welcoming, nice. Thank you.
Peaceful.
Peaceful, very nice.
Happy.
Calm, very nice. Anything else?
Happy.
Happy, like that.
Wholesome.
Which one?
Wholesome.
Wholesome. Very nice. Very nice. So, why aren't we saying that about modern society? Seriously. You know, why can't we describe our society as wholesome, peaceful, happy, calm? What's wrong? So that's why our Hare Krishna movement, which is a microcosm within the macrocosm of the greater society, we're a smaller membership base. I think we have about 1 million members worldwide, which is significant. But there's 8 billion people, so it's not the totality at this point. You know, we try to set a positive alternative. We're a non-cooperative society. We're not going to cooperate with a mainstream society which is chaotic, unhappy, all these words that you describe, crazy. We're not going to cooperate with that. In the sense, I mean, we cooperate in terms of we pay our taxes and we do all the normal things, but we're not going to cooperate with the leadership or the way of life or the direction they're going. In other words, we're not going to follow something which is not working. And that's why I became a Hare Krishna monk, a devotee, when I was 19 years old. Because I didn't want to follow the path of modern society. I thought, what's the point? You know, why is everyone living like this? I see people are stressed, anxious, unhappy, misguided, not feeling like they have a purpose in life. So I was very fortunate. I met some Hare Krishna monks and I became attracted to them. As soon as I saw them, I thought, they're so peaceful. That's what I want to be like. The first Hare Krishna monk I ever met was in our ashram in Albert Park. Has anyone been there? Albert Park? You've been to the ashram? Yeah, you've been. First time I walked in there in 1989, one of the monks, he was a very elderly monk. He's 79 now. So back then, what's that, 30 years ago, it would have been 49. 49, thank you. He's my maths professor, my assistant. So it would have been about 49 years old, right? And the first time I saw him, he was walking back and forth through the ashram, and he kept looking at me as he walked past, and he'd just look at me. He wouldn't say anything. It was the first time I'd walked into a Hare Krishna ashram. And he just kept walking back, and he just looked at me every time he walked past, and I thought, wow, he doesn't even speak. Like, he's not even in this world. And it's just because he's very shy and he's a bit older and he's Lebanese. So he's a little bit shy, finds it a little bit difficult to speak to people. That's all it was. But for me, I thought, wow, this person is like not even in this world. You know. So then that attracted me. I said, I want to be like him. I want to live my life like that. So then I joined this alternative society. That's what we are, the Hare Krishna. We're an alternative to the modern version of what you get. And I think it's working because people come here and they say they feel calm, peaceful, wholesome. So that's the kind of vibe we want to give out because people need shelter at this point in time. They need something else. In our tradition, we have certain celebrations every year. Just like in Western society is it's most heavily influenced by the Judaic Christian tradition. You know, what's our major holiday? It's Christmas, right? Although we've lost the meaning of Christmas. You know, I mean, what is Christmas? What is the actual day? It's the day that Jesus was born, right? Although people say that's not the actual day, but I mean that's what we celebrate. But, you know, every year when I go to Christmas with my family, everyone's giving out presents. It's all based on consumerism. And I say to everyone nearly every year, I say, so what's this got to do with Jesus, this part? Not much. Not much. At least the mood. You know, if Jesus was there, of course we'd give out gifts and do those things. It's a celebration, but who's conscious of him on that day? You know, not most people. You know, most people worship this guy with red, looks like velvet.
Santa?
Ah, Santa. Yeah. Father Christmas. You know, this is like our, you know, we pray to him, please bring me something. You know, please fill up my stockings. I've been really good. You know, I put grass and carrots on the roof for the reindeers and like that. You know, that's like our meditation. In our tradition, because we're coming from ancient India, it's basically, we're a part of Hinduism. Although the Hare Krishna movement is the monotheistic branch of Hinduism. A lot of Hindu people, if you meet Hindu people, generally they will say they're pantheistic. They believe in many gods. Ganesh, Rama, Buddha, so many gods are there. Durga, different gods. But we are monotheistic. We believe in one supreme being. Same as Islam, same as Christianity, same as Judaism. That's our Hare Krishna. We're part of the monotheistic division. Our understanding of God, we call him Krishna. Krishna is a young cowherd boy, and he's bluish. You might see him in the pictures around the room. That's how we see God. Right? 16-year-old cowherd boy. A couple of months ago, I was in Italy. I went to the Sistine Chapel. Has anyone been there? Sistine Chapel. You go in there. A famous painting on the roof that Michelangelo painted, and God is there, and he's reaching out to man, and God's reaching like this, and man is reaching. Famous picture, you might have seen it. So how does Michelangelo depict God in the picture? Old man, white beard, flowing white robes, ancient, wise, holy. That's how he depicts God. However, when I became a Hare Krishna monk, I was taught the way that we see Krishna, based on the Vedas, the ancient teachings of India, is that he is a young, blue cowherd boy. We see in the pictures. He plays with cows and dances with his friends, and he's young. It says in the ancient teachings, Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha. Purana means old, Purusha. He's the oldest person because he's God, so he predates everyone. Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha. But Navayovana means always young, always youthful. He doesn't age. He doesn't have to. Like if you could stop your life at one point, physically, what would you stop it at? What age?
Young.
Yeah, young. Give me an age, give me a...
Right now. Oh,
30.
30.
30. Okay, 30. Okay, cool. 30. What would you stop? Where would you stop? Anyone?
70. I'm very happy with
70. You're 70? Oh, you look very good.
70. Inside, very old.
Yeah, inside, a very old soul. Yeah.
Not
But 70 in this... You're 70?
I think life is... For me, this is not a... Yeah, 70 is a good age for me.
Okay. You are 70 now?
Yeah.
Yeah, you look very good for 70. I wouldn't have picked 70. So, you're different, but most people in the room would probably pick 30 or something, or 25 or 20. Krishna stopped at 16. Because 16, you're becoming an adult, so you're becoming responsible, but you're also quite carefree. That's where God stops, physically. He's always youthful. You see in the pictures, he's young. He just likes playing. He just likes having fun with his friends. And he's got unlimited energy. That's where he stops. But he is the wisest, because he spoke Bhagavad Gita, which is a book of wisdom, which many people can't even understand. It's so deep. So he spoke that. He's the oldest, wisest person, but he stops himself at 16. That's what we are taught in the ancient teachings. And he is bluish in complexion. Why is he bluish? People ask this question. Why is God bluish? We're very fortunate today because what color is the sky? Blue. Oh, blue. And the happiest countries in the world are the countries where the sky looks like that. Have you been to Bali?
Yeah.
Vanuatu?
Yeah.
Fiji? People are happier by nature. Right? Have you been to Sweden? Iceland? Like sometimes, or England. England's a classic one. Right? You don't see the sun that often. People have like a different composure. When it's blue, you come out like this. Right? It opens the heart chakra like this. That's why Krishna's bluish, because he's so happy, he kind of went bluish by nature. Does it make sense? And then, what's the biggest movie of all time? What was it called? Avatar. What colour are they?
Blue.
Yeah, James Cameron got all of those ideas of us.
Yes.
Yeah, he did. The philosophy's all from there. Even on the third one is about to come out at Christmas time, the third one. He's making 4 and 5 now. He's made a rule, because he's vegan. Everyone on the movie set has to be vegan. No meat on the set, because that's not the ethos of the whole movie. He doesn't believe that. That's why he made the movie, to teach us things. He got all these ideas from us, from the Krishna's blue and all that. That's okay. That's okay. We don't copyright it. But he got most of the ideas from us. He's a very spiritual person. So Krishna is blue. So sometimes people say these concepts are extraordinary. Sometimes people say, oh, they're extraordinary. It's actually not. When you think about it, it's logical. Right? Maybe it's a little extraordinary, but lots of things are extraordinary. Lots of things. There's things we experience every day. I mean, this is extraordinary. Like, how does that work? Like, I can start watching stuff on the other side of the planet live right now. I mean, how does that work? I don't even understand how that works. I mean, there's so many things we don't understand. Yeah? So if God's blue and he's 16-year-old cowherd boy, I'm okay with that. Yeah? Because when you follow his teachings, you become peaceful, wholesome, calm. All these, this permeates from that. So next Saturday, in our tradition, is Krishna's birthday. It's called Sri Krishna Janmashtami. Yeah. Yesterday was Purnima. Purnima means full moon. Krishna's brother, whose name is Balaram. It was Balaram Purnima. God has a brother. This is where it starts getting technical. I won't go too deep today, because most of you are here for the first time, so you're thinking, whoa, okay. This Hare Krishna, the food's really good, but these people, they're like... So I'm not going to go too far today. But yeah, God does have a brother. He does have a brother. And he's also God. But he's not God, but he's God. Like that. I won't go too far today. Like that. But his name's Balaram. That was yesterday. It was his birthday, full moon. And next Saturday is Ashtami. Ashtami means the 8th day of the moon. So when the moon's directly in half? That's called Ashtami. So that's next Saturday. That's Krishna's birthday. And for us, that's Christmas. That's the biggest day of the year. So our temple in Albert Park, our headquarters, we're going to have about 8,000 people come on that day. And it's so big now, the festival, that we have to put it in 4 locations. In Werribee, Casey, somewhere in the northern suburbs. 25,000 people amongst the different locations. And we're going to feed everyone. Everyone gets fed, 25,000 people. So we've got a commercial kitchen in Melbourne. We're going to be busy cooking. If you want to come and help cook, please come and help. They've actually started cutting up the vegetables today.
Wow.
Yeah, some of my friends are starting to cut up, so they store it in the cool rooms and like that, because it's, probably half this room. If you went to the roof, that's how many vegetables they're going to cut. Like half this room. I've seen the pie. It's like a mountain in the car park in the back of the temple. It's about this big, about half, and they just start chopping, and all volunteer. Just volunteers come and do the whole thing, because people love Krishna. Natural to love God. We all love God in our hearts. It's natural. Most people love God. Some people are saying they're atheistic. They don't believe in God. Usually that's just because they're hurt, because they've had bad relationships. And we get hurt. When you get hurt, you distance yourself. We've all been hurt in our life. And then you distance yourself a bit. So we do that with God sometimes. It's not natural. It's not natural. It'll come back. The love will come back. So we love Krishna so much that on his birthday, which is next Saturday, we spend the whole week cutting up everything to cook for him, because we offer all the food to him, just like you'll see my wife will come in a couple of minutes, and she'll offer the food to Krishna. Before we eat, we always offer it first to God, to Krishna. So we spend the whole week getting ready for his birthday, and then on his birthday, we fast until midnight. Because we just want to serve him all day. We just want to do things for him all day. Right? So we don't even eat. And we cook, because I go up to the kitchen in Melbourne, and my service for around about the last 30 years is I get all the things that people cook, and I put them together on the plates, which we then offer on the altar to Krishna, to the statues of Krishna, to the deities, the Archamurti. And last year for lunch, Krishna had 350 items, 350 different things. It takes me about an hour. I've got a team, and we get everything ready, and then we offer it to Krishna. This is how much we love him. And this year, someone sent a WhatsApp message the other day. This year we're going for 450. I'm like, oh my God, there's going to be, to get it all together. Imagine someone cooked lunch for you. Come for lunch, and I'll cook you 450.
Wow.
How would you feel? How would you feel? How would you feel? Does that person love you or not?
Yeah.
So that's what we're trying to show Krishna. We love him. We'll cook for you. And we won't even eat until midnight because you appeared at midnight. So we'll wait till midnight and then we'll have something to eat. Right? That's bhakti. Bhakti means love, devotion. So that's what the Hare Krishna movement is teaching. Now that's why this place has a positive vibration. Because we're meant to become selfless. The problem with the modern world is selfishness. That's the problem, in essence. Like the World Health Organization has said, the biggest disease on the earth now is mental health. #1 disease. People got depression, anxiety, so many issues. And if you boil it all back down, it comes down to selfishness. Because we're too self-absorbed. I could have mental health issues. I could, if I wanted to. But I don't, because I don't spend time focused on me. I've got all of you coming here for lunch today. Right? I've got to speak something hopefully meaningful. We've got to cook for all of you. When you all leave, we've got to clean everything. I haven't got time to be absorbed to myself. Oh my God, I've got depression, anxiety and all that. I haven't got time for it. Because I'd rather make a choice to live my life for other people. Right? And if I've got problems, okay, that's okay. We'll work with that. Everyone has problems. This world means problems. You can't escape. If you don't want problems, hands up if you don't want problems in your life. Hands up. About half. Okay. This is a very interesting group. Half of you want problems. I don't understand that, but that's okay. But if you don't want problems, you have to go to the other world where Krishna lives. People call it heaven. We call it Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha means the place with no anxiety. Hands up, you like to go to a place with no anxiety?
Yes, please.
Okay, now people are warming up.
The place sounds good.
Yeah, there's no anxiety in that place. Why is there no anxiety? Because 4 things are not there. There's no birth, there's no death, there's no old age, and there's no disease. You take those 4 things out of life, a lot of anxiety disappears. Right? If you don't have to be born. Right? Birth is not, it's great for the parents. It's not that good for the kid. Like your head coming out of a tunnel. It's not that comfortable. Why do you think they cry when they come out? Do you remember it? Do you remember being born? You know why you don't remember it? It's traumatic. You reckon you got trauma now? Imagine remember when you were born. That's a good one. Mum, how come you put me through this? Birth, death. Death's not pleasant. Right? It's not pleasant to die. I've been there with a few of my friends when they've passed. I've been with them. It's not a pleasant experience. Birth, death, old age. Old age is not pleasant. You get wiser and everything. I understand that part of it. But, hip replacements and things like that, they're not pleasant. All these things. And then, is there someone else you can get interested in today? Besides me? Birth, death, old age, and then disease. Right? Disease is not pleasant. Disease is not pleasant, right? As we know, but so many people have got diseases in this world. Right? It's not pleasant. None of us want to be sick. And then you can say, okay, I'll learn lessons when I'm sick. That's true, but I don't want to be sick. We don't want these things. So in the other world, birth is not there, death is not there, old age is not there, and disease is not there. Therefore it's called Vaikuntha. No anxiety. Everything is free. You get free Hare Krishna food every day. Every day.
In Vaikuntha.
Oh, here as well, but yeah. But up there, every day.
Free times.
Yeah, you get free every day. Everything is free. Krishna doesn't tax you. There's no tax in the spiritual world. Everyone has a home, right? Everyone gets as much to eat as they want. There's peace and harmony. It's a superior life. So next Saturday we're having a very nice festival where we will celebrate Krishna's birthday. And Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, Jamma Kama Chame Divyam. Jamma means appearance. God is not born like us. He appeared in this world. Like Jesus, they say his birth was immaculate conception. You know, he wasn't like an ordinary person, so it was immaculate. Krishna is also like that. Krishna appeared. He wasn't born like the rest of us, coming through a material experience. It was a spiritual appearance. But Krishna says, Jamma Kama Chame Divyam. My appearance and my karma, what does karma mean?
Your deeds.
Yeah, your activities.
Deeds.
What you do. So when God came to earth 5,000 years ago, it's all written, what happened when he came here. It is described as being divya. Divya means spiritual. Right? He's not like an ordinary person like us. You don't read about his life and it's like our life. Where we go through so many problems. Right? He went through problems as well, but because he is all powerful, he transcends those problems. He shows us how to live in this world. So his activities and his appearance in this world, they are spiritual. And Krishna says, if you understand that, you can transcend this world. You don't have to be born again in this world. You can break your cycle of reincarnation. And you can go back to the other world. Right? But you have to earn it. Okay? It's not automatic. If you want to go back to live with Krishna, it's not automatic. It's not just when you die, you go back. Right? You have to change your consciousness in this life. Does it make sense? Yeah, you have to change your consciousness. You have to develop love and devotion for him. And if you do that at the time of death, if you think of him, then you can go to him. Does it make sense? Yeah, so this is a process that we're trying to. So next Saturday is a very important day for us. And I thought I'd just, because we're already excited, we wait for this all year, Janmashtami. So I thought I'd share that with you, just so you can understand the experience. I'll stop here. I'll just ask, does anyone have any questions or comments on what we've talked about today? Or anything spiritual, if you have any questions or comments that you'd like to ask. Yes.
So if you die and you don't think of Krishna, then do you come back and rebirth?
Yeah. Yeah, Krishna says in chapter 8 of the Bhagavad Gita, he says, Yam yam vapi smaram bhavam. Whatever you think of at the time of death, that's what you'll attain. So generally, what do you think of at the time of death?
Kids, family.
Yeah, what was it?
Kids, family.
Fear? Yeah, could be fear.
I would just think kids, family, but
Kids, family, yeah.
attachment.
Oh, is it regrets? Is it regrets?
Could be. Usually what you think of at the time of death is your strongest attachment. Whatever gives your mind security. Right? So whatever makes you secure and peaceful, that's where your mind will go. Because like when we're distressed, what do? We go to the place where our mind is peaceful. Right? So that's what will happen at the time of death. Your mind will go to the place where you're peaceful. So if it is your children, like if that's your greatest attachment, then you'll think of that. If it's your spouse, or if it's your dog, or if it's your whatever it is, that's what you'll think of. And then you've lived a life of karma. You've done karma in this life. So whatever you've done in this life, you will be rewarded or punished for in the next life. So whatever you're thinking of, that attachment, that will take you to your next life. And then whatever you deserve, according to your actions in this life, that's what you will attain. Does that make sense? Yeah, that's called the science of God. It's a science. Because some people say, I want to be whatever it is in the next life. A dolphin or a pigeon, a butterfly, or, the king of Arabia. Or, everyone has their... So it doesn't work like that. It's according to what you deserve, that's what you get. Right? You might have these desires, but if you're not worthy of the desire, you don't get it. So yeah, according to whatever we think of, that's what we will attain, basically. So we try to think of Krishna, that's our practice, because we want to go back to him. We don't want to come back to this world because it's problematic. There's a better offer. That's the point. There's something better, so we try to aim for that. Yeah, whether we're worthy or not, we'll see, but we're trying. I had a near-death experience. 2009, we had a retreat this weekend, so I was telling some of our retreat guests. 2009, I was driving down the road in New Zealand, near Fox Glacier, and we hit black ice. So the car went off the road and car accident, and then I got hit on the head, and they cut me out of the car with the jaws and flew me in the helicopter to the hospital. And then I woke up in the helicopter. Oh, sorry, I woke up in the hospital. I was like, okay. Don't remember going to bed here. It's like, yeah. And then my previous wife, she walked in, and then she said, I said, so what happened? She said, oh, we're in an accident. I said, oh, okay. Even to this day, I don't remember. I remember 6 hours before, and I remember waking up. I don't remember the actual accident. And I said to her, what was I doing when we crashed? She said, you were saying Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. So for me, that was very reassuring. Because all my practices, I focused on that at the time of near-death experience. Could have been death. So for me, that was very reassuring. Because whatever you think of, that's where you will go to. So that's why we did the chanting before. We do this chanting every day. Yeah, that's just to habituate us to connect to Krishna. Because then if you die, then I know what I want to be chanting when I die. Because I want to. I don't have faith that coming back to this world is the best thing for my soul. This world's nice, but I think there's something better. Even beyond Bali. Even better. Because Bali has volcanic eruptions, people take too many mushrooms sometimes, it's all sorts of stuff that goes on in Bali. Yeah, it's not perfect. That's the point. Any other questions? Comments? Yeah.
I have a question about, we know Krishna, but who exactly is Prabhupada and the other sages we see in the photos?
Yeah, very nice question. So, we understand Krishna as God, he's in the pictures. Then who is Prabhupada? He's on the seat of honor. We call that the Vyasa son. So who is Prabhupada? So Prabhupada, he is the founder of the Hare Krishna movement. So the tradition, people call us Hare Krishnas. Like, we're the Hare Krishna movement, that's what people call us. Our actual legal name that we're registered at is ISKCON, which is the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. But everyone calls us the Hare Krishnas, so that's okay. But traditionally, our tradition, we're actually called Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Vaishnavas. Because our tradition goes back thousands of years. So, Prabhupada was the modern representative of that ancient tradition, and he was ordered by his guru. You see the guru is on the altar, like that, the pictures. His guru ordered him in around about 1930. Oh no, it was 1922. He met his guru in 1922. He was a young man at the time, and Prabhupada grew up in Calcutta. He was educated at Scots College in Calcutta, so British education. So he's very highly educated, and he had very good English, and he was also studied Sanskrit, which is what the ancient texts are written in. So when he met his guru in 1922, he would have been 26 years old. His guru said, "You're a very well-educated young man, you speak English. I want you to take these teachings, translate them into English, and take them to the Western world." That was 1922. And his guru left the world in 1936. And Prabhupada was married, and he had children, and he had a business. He was a pharmaceutical businessman. So he lived his life in India, he always had that in the back of his mind, that instruction from his guru. And then in 1955, he separated from his wife and he became a sannyasi, which means he took the vow of being a lifelong monk. And then in 1965, he crossed the ocean, went to America on a not a steamboat, but it was a steamboat.
It was yesterday. It was yesterday, wasn't it? The 60th anniversary was yesterday, I believe.
Today, I think
What,
it is.
today? Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Of incorporating ISKCON, I think.
Oh.
Or is it when he left or when he arrived?
got on the boat.
When
Sorry.
he got on the boat.
Yeah,
It could be today. Today might be the actual anniversary. Yeah, we'll have to check the calendar, but yeah. Actually, I'll check. Can I check?
Yeah.
Just give me 1 second. Today.
Today.
He got on the boat today, 1965.
60 years ago.
How many years is that?
60.
60 years. This is mine. 60. So 60 years ago today, this is the anniversary. He got on the boat and he went across to America on the order of his guru. He got a free passage on the boat. It was actually a cargo ship. He just got a free room on the cargo boat. On the way across, he had 2 heart attacks. 30 days on the ocean. He was seasick and he had 2 heart attacks. And he actually said that if I had a 3rd heart attack, I don't think I would have survived. He actually said Krishna sat on his bed and massaged his chest the whole night. And when he woke up in the morning, the pain had relieved. And then he felt his strength came back. An amazing story. You can get his biography. It's in the shop there. You can get the biography. Amazing story. And then 1965, he arrived in America at the age of 69. So you can imagine you start a worldwide movement at your age. Imagine. Quite challenging. Foreign country. And he said when he saw America, like when the boat came in, he saw Boston, and then he got off in New York, but he said, all I see is passion and ignorance. That's what he wrote on the boat. He said when he saw the American skyline, he'd never seen anything like it. I said, passion and ignorance. And he actually wrote, he said, Krishna, you've sent me here. How are they going to understand these ancient teachings? How are they going to understand these ancient teachings? Like, he was thinking, like, how's this going to work? So the first year he was in America, 65 to 66, he was staying, a family sponsored him in Pennsylvania. He stayed with them a little bit, and then he came back to New York. And he was actually living in the Bowery, which is the Lower East Side, which is not a nice area, but, cheap accommodation. But then he started doing Hare Krishna programs, kind of like what we're doing now. We just follow in his footsteps. We do some chanting, and then we speak some philosophy, and we have some nice spiritual food, prasadam. He started doing that, and then the hippies, because it was flower power time, the hippies started coming. Oh, let's go and hang out with the Swami. Let's go to the Swami, man. The Swami goes high, he doesn't come down, man. It's like, whoa, man, like, let's be with the Swami. So they started hanging out with him. And my guru, who was his disciple, my guru and many others, they became his followers. And they became the ones who travelled around the world. It was kind of like what Jesus did. Jesus had the apostles. He said, okay, go and start spreading the teachings. Prabhupada did the same thing. His followers, he just said, go to England. My guru went to England with a group, the first 6, they went to England. And when they got to England, they went to, at the time there was one rock band, this is 1969, right? I don't know if you heard of them, they're called the Beatles.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Oh, you heard of them? So they went to the Beatles, and they went to Apple Studio. And they sat in the foyer of Apple Studio for 2 days, and then someone walked through the door. His name was George, right? And George Harrison walked through and he saw them. Somehow he'd heard about the Hare Krishnas. We weren't very big then, 1969, only 4 years, wasn't very big. And he said, I've been looking for you guys. Something was within him. He was interested in Eastern spirituality. So anyway, he produced a album which went #1 in several countries in Europe, and he donated what we call the Bhaktivedanta manna. He gave it to Prabhupada. He brought a manna for us, which you went to. What's it like there?
Oh, it's beautiful.
Beautiful.
Like nothing else there.
Like nothing else. Even better than this place.
Oh, yes.
Even better. So he brought the Bhaktivedanta manna. George Harrison brought that, gave it to Prabhupada. Beautiful manna, which is still there. They're having Krishna's birthday next weekend. They're expecting 100,000 people. And they're going to feed everyone. It's amazing. What we do is amazing. This is just a fact for everyone's knowledge. I only found this out 5 years ago. I've been a Hare Krishna for many years, but we feed more people than any other organisation daily on the planet. The figure I heard 5 years ago was 1.2 million people every day we feed. Now it must be more, I would think. So, Krishna's birthday, 100,000 people will get fed. So, Prabhupada, he started with the hippies and then he spread it. And then in 12 years, he left the world in 1977. From 1965 to 77, he went around the world 14 times, travelled around, came to Australia, our temple in Albert Park. He came to Melbourne 5 times. And then he established that temple, which we have there in Albert Park. His room is upstairs. You can see it. If you come, I'll show you. His room is upstairs. Very beautiful quarters. That was Prabhupada. He's the founder of the Hare Krishna movement. So everything we do in the Hare Krishna movement is in honor of him. He's we call him the Param Guru, or some Stakaracharya means the founding guru. So he's the one who translated all the books into English, and now they've been translated into all the languages in the world. And he's our guide, our example. To us, he's someone like Jesus, like that level of personality. And we think that in history, as time goes by, he will become as prominent as someone like Jesus. We'll see him as one of the great saints of all time. Because I've studied his life very carefully, as far as I can see, he's completely pure. And there's not many people we can say that who are completely pure. Is that? Yep. Yeah, if you read the book, there's a lot more. So it's a big story, very inspiring. But here's our inspiration, basically. Any other questions?
Just to elaborate from Rishi's question about who's on the altar as well, so like disciplic succession or who that group is that you're going to be talking.
Yeah, so the disciplic succession means, you'll see the pictures of the gurus going back. The basic principle is you must have a guru in life. Krishna says this in Bhagavad Gita, Tadvidi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadashina. You can only understand spiritual teachings if you have a guru. If you don't have a guru, you won't understand the teachings properly. For some reason, people always think that we don't need gurus when it comes to spirituality or spiritual life. We don't need a guru. We can just find it all within ourselves. Have you heard that? Or some people might even believe that. You can just find it all within yourself. Everything is within us. We can just find it. It's just all there. You don't need a guru or a teacher. It's not actually true. Because if you look at everything else in life, we need teachers. Like, you go to school, like I always give the simple example, brain surgery. So say you have a brain tumor, and you come to me and say, Keshava, I've got a brain tumor. I say, no problem. No problem. Within myself, I found the knowledge of how to operate on you. Just lay on the table, and I'll cure you, don't worry, I'll cure you. And you're going to be thinking, well, there might be some other people who might be a little bit better than this. Why? Because they had teachers. Right? So you can't find knowledge you can't find it within yourself, but it's more effective when you receive it from someone who has the knowledge already. So in spirituality, we do need teachers, we need gurus. So that's why you see as you go back, there are the different gurus. Because the different gurus, even Prabhupada, who was enlightened, he had a guru. And he learned from his guru. and then his guru learned from here. It goes all the way back to Krishna 5,000 years ago. And in that way, if the teachings are not changed, that's why Prabhupada called the Bhagavad Gita as it is. Right? Because nothing was changed. Whatever Krishna spoke, we're just giving that same message. Right? So if you give it like that, then the message is pure, and then you will become purified. You will get benefited by that. So that's why we need the gurus. Any other question?
Disciple finds guru or guru
Yes.
finds disciple?
Does disciple find guru, or does guru find disciple? Yeah. Disciple has to find guru. How? First of all, you need to, you have to have the desire. Why did you come here today? Because you had a desire. You know, maybe you want to see some sacred cows. Or maybe you want to have some nice prasadam, some nice vegetarian food. Or maybe you want to learn some philosophy. Or maybe you just think, well, that's a nice place to go. But you had a desire, right? It didn't just happen. You know, some people say, oh, you know, I'll just get in the car and wherever the car takes me. No, it's not like that. You desired. I went to this particular place. So at some point in your life, you may get a desire to have a guru. In other words, you may think, I don't know everything. I want the answers of life. What are the answers I need? Why am I here? What is this about? Where am I going to? What is the meaning of life? So if you're feeling like that, then it says in the ancient teachings, Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavana Jiva Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Bija. That if you have that desire, Krishna, he's in your heart, he will guide you towards your guru. Because you have a desire, I want to know the truth. So he will guide you towards your guru, and then your guru will guide you back to Krishna. Right? But you have to understand what a guru actually means, and it depends what you're shopping for. So if you want to buy a diamond, how much money do you have to spend? Quite a bit. Why do you spend? Because they say they're precious. They're not actually precious. 90% of them they don't even release to the public. They're not actually a rare thing, a diamond, but for some reason they've commercialized it. You know, oh, they're rare. You know, you have to give one to your wife when you propose, right? So they market it like this, and they say, oh, they're very rare, they're very precious. They're not actually that rare, and they charge you $1,000, $10,000 for a diamond, right? Or if you're shopping for glass, you can get the same thing for $10. It's not a diamond, but it's like that. You understand? So when you're looking for a guru, what sort of guru do you want? Do you want the diamond or you want the glass?
How do we recommend the right guru for us?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking you first. Let's say, what do you want first?
Diamond.
I'm asking you, do you want a diamond? If you want a diamond, what's a diamond guru? You know, we have gold class, silver class, diamond, platinum, diamond, you know, like we have these different gradations. So what's the diamond guru? The diamond guru is the one who is going to take you to Krishna, to God. He's not going to stand in the way. Because some of the gurus, actually 1969, Time magazine, you know Time magazine? Yeah. They have an annual publication every year. Time magazine 1969 was the year of the guru. Because Prabhupada came, Sai Baba came, probably Maharishi, Bhagwan Rajneesh, they all came. So time's the year of the guru. Suddenly East meets West. You know, the Beatles got into it. You know, everyone was getting it, everyone was, you know. So, which of the gurus are taking you to God or to Krishna, and which ones are putting themselves in the front? Some of them even, their followers say they are God, and they say, they don't say we're not. That's not very good. Because what is the proof they are God? Some of them go, they produce some ash. Or we saw one video from the kaftan. Kaftan means like the big shirt. One of them went gold. We saw it came from here. Like that. So this is sometimes if you want glass or cheating guru or cheap guru, Krishna will take you to that. So what do you want? You understand? What's your desire? But if you want the real guru, then maybe you come here and we'll give you the real teachings. So it depends what you want. And then when you meet the guru, you have to test the guru. You have to observe the guru for 1 year. What does he say? What does he do? Because if he says one thing, but he does the other thing, a lot of cheaters out there. A lot of cheaters. I can give many examples of the cheaters, but we want to have a nice day. But if you want me to, I can go into a lot of cheaters. There's one on the other side of Melbourne. He had an ashram in, anyone remember the other side of Melbourne? Mount Eliza. Very nice ashram, very nice place. He was guru. I met him. But now he's in jail. He was sleeping with the female followers. He would say, come to my room privately. I'll give you special power. Have sex with some of them were married ladies. He would tell them, no, and they were believing it. Oh, the guru. He tells you you're special. Oh, I'm special. There's only, oh yes, and if you unite with me, I will give you my power. Right? So now he's in jail because they took him to court because he was doing this to many, and then it's a what do they call it?
Asharam.
Huh?
Asharam.
No, I'm not. I'm English. I'm in English. It's a power.
Abuse of power.
Abuse of power. Yeah, abuse of power. He went to jail.
Was he part of the school?
ISKCON?
No.
No. If he's part of us, we'd kick him out. I'd send him to jail.
So what did you learn?
I don't know what he was, but I know his teaching. It doesn't matter what his teachings were because he was some spiritual guy. So I met him a couple of times, but I never got a really good vibe off him. So I always thought, I'm not sure. And then it turned out there was something in him. So the point I'm making, you have to test the guru. Like if you go and buy a car, do you just buy any car? Many years ago, my grandmother, she passed away, but before she passed away, one time we took her to buy a car. So she walked into the car yard. She goes, I like the colour of that one. I said, you can't just judge on the colour. We have to lift up the boot. We have to see what the engine is like. We have to see how many kilometres. We have to see if it's safe. Is it clean? Like there's more to it, right? So even when you buy a car, you go through so many criteria. So what's the biggest decision you've got to make in your life? Right? Who is your guru? Right? So you have to look carefully. Right? So you have to make sure, is the person speaking and acting the same way? If they speak one thing but act another way, that's not good. It's like when you're growing up, your parents say to you things like, don't smoke. But then your parents smoking, and you're like, you're telling me not to do it, but then you're doing it. Like that. So yeah, you have to find a guru who is pure. Just like when you drive in, on the sign said purity, that's one of the principles. Yeah, so the guru has to be pure. It means suchi, or solcha means purity. Is that okay? Any other questions? We've got a few more minutes, so if there's anything you want to ask, then you can.
When the guru comes to your life, how do you reckon, you get the things like the thing happen, or how do you know when you get the guru in your life? Do you have any indications or something you're waiting for or something?
Is that an indication?
Yeah, like when you're getting a guru, like you get any indications, like the way, like you're getting this guru is like your, and indications for
I
that.
think she means, is there a sign that
Sign
you know
or
that's your
something.
guru?
Oh, a sign that's my guru.
Like ready for guru, like for my. So how can?
How do you know if that's your guru?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
How I'm ready for that.
Yeah, it's a good question. The first point is you have to know where to find the gurus. You have to know where to find them. Because there's so many gurus out there, and some people, you went to India, so India, there's so many gurus. Every village has a guru. There's so many gurus. So you have to go to the right place. So I would recommend coming to the Hare Krishna movement, because we have quite a few gurus. I think in our movement we have 140 gurus, I think it's about 140. And they travel around the world. They come through Australia regularly. And you can meet some very nice gurus who are, in my opinion, they're qualified to be a guru. I trust them. And then how will you know who is your guru? It's like when the sun comes up in the morning, you don't say, is it daytime? Because it's daytime. Like now, no one will say now, is the sun up? Because the sun is up, So when you meet your guru, if you're looking in the right place, when you meet him or her, it's like that. When I met my guru and I heard him speak, I'm like, oh, that's my guru. It's like the sun is up. It's like that. What he says, I want to follow his example. I want to dedicate my life to following his instructions, so he can take me back to Krishna. So it's like that. But you have to look in the right place. Depends. Do you want glass or diamonds? It's up to you. TK? Okay. Any other question?
Prabhuji, are there female gurus? You said or her. Are there female gurus in ISKCON as well? You said or her.
They are emerging. They are emerging as we speak. There's several. There needs to be a lot more. The thing we have in our movement, and it's not just the Hare Krishna movement, but it's many of the religions around the world, like the Catholics and all the different religions, they're coming to terms with having female representatives. I think in Catholicism, even recently, I think they knocked back the females taking a certain position in the priesthood or something, or cardinal, I can't remember what it was, but they actually voted against it recently. So it's 2025, we're still dealing with these things. In the Hare Krishna movement, it's like that also, because we're on every continent in the world. All the leaders in Australia and America, we have voted, we want female gurus, but some of the more conservative nations on the earth are saying we're not ready for that. So it's a bit of a transitional time, because if we just have to be very careful how we deal with it, because if we just say, okay, female gurus, unlimitedly, some of the members in some countries will break away. So we're trying to, it's very sensitive. So I don't believe it's correct. I think the females should be gurus. They should have the same facility and support as all the male gurus. We do have some female gurus, but it's moving a little bit slowly at the moment for that reason. So I hope soon it will become more fast. A lot of the time, women are better at making decisions than men anyway. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. Sometimes the women make much better decisions. So I think they should be having that position.
Because the reason I asked you that is because as householders and women, it's also according to scriptures and things like that, that it's, how Krishna is the Jagatpati, and then we have to be our husband as so it becomes little awkward situation with Prabhujis as gurus. So that's why I asked you, but at the same time, I understand.
Yeah.
Because women are emotional, so even as guru, it might come in the way.
It can be like that. I think there's pros and cons to everything. I think there's pros and cons. But it's 2025. The world's very different now. So, traditionally I can understand why the males took that role stronger. But even in our tradition, if you go back 500 years, there are female gurus. It's there. So it's already there in our tradition. But now some cultures are having trouble dealing with it. So just give it a bit more time with it. And then we'll have so many female gurus. Any other questions? Yeah.
Why is Krishna blue?
Oh, What time did you come? Someone tell. I already did this one. Because today is, what color is the sky today? Blue. Okay. And when you look at the sky, how do you feel? When you look at the sky, how does it make you feel? Happy? Does it make you feel happy? Yeah. So that's why Krishna is blue. Because that is the color of happiness. It's also the color of infinity. It's unlimited, that color, blue. If you go to the mosques, like in Turkey, Iran, Iraq, those countries, a lot of the mosques are blue on the outside, but also on the inside. Because the color, because in Islam, the Muslim, they say God cannot be depicted in a form. That's why the mosque is like that. There's no form. That's why when the Muslims came to India, they had a lot of trouble with the temples. That's why they smashed a lot of the temples and like that. Because our tradition is all about iconography. It's all forms. You know, there's deities, there's statues of Krishna everywhere. So they say that we cannot say God has a... There's a little deep, I know for you, you're just saying why is Krishna blue, but I'm just trying to take it a bit further. That they have that colour in the mosque because they say God cannot be depicted in a form, but he is unlimited. So that colour of blue, it's an unlimited colour. And it's a very happy colour. It brings life to you, sky blue. So Krishna is that kind of colour because it shows he's unlimited, he's happy, and he makes others happy, like that. So when we see him, we feel happy. Is it okay? Yeah. Krishna is happy. Yeah. That's the basic answer. Are you happy? Yeah. Any other questions?
Since we have time, I'll ask one more question.
Okay.
Earlier you said how, someone asked about dying. Could you just emphasize how bhakti and dying, in the sense how we doing bhakti might escape the cycle and we could reach where we need to reach. So, importance of bhakti.
I explained that also, that if we die, if we have a devotional mentality, then we will go to Krishna. Yeah, but if we don't have that consciousness at the time of death, we have to take birth again in this world. So death is the most important moment of our life. It's actually the most important moment. And you can pretend it's not going to happen, or you can avoid it, but it's coming. So we prepare ourselves for it. We prepare ourselves like that. Because at the time of death, we want to think of
Krishna.
Okay, you get a free dessert. Right answer. You get the good dessert. So at the time of death, you want to think of
Krishna.
Yeah. It's up to you what you want. You can give any answer you want. It's your life, but we would recommend Krishna. There's certain advantages. I think so. Thank you all for coming. Is anyone hungry?
Yes.
Okay. 3 or 4 people are hungry.
We are.
You too? Yeah.
Yes.
Always hungry.
Always.
I've never seen 2 women eat so much.
Oh my God.
What?
That's true. But the food hasn't been that delicious anywhere else.
That's true.
So that's on you.
That's true. That's true. The food is irresistible. So if you're hungry, just go out, turn right, and we'll have something to eat. We'll have lunch. After lunch, we'll go to see the cows, the sacred cows. So just meet us. And then after lunchtime, we'll go across to the Goshala and we'll see the cows. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.